What is up, ladies and gentlemen of the online Jamily? This, of course, here is JamiroFan 2000 with another episode of JamiroFan Talks About. From the initiated in this recurring series here on my YouTube channel, this has been my discussion series over the last nearly 8 years here on YouTube, where I take a look at the past, present, and future of Jamiroquai, and now over 30 years of influential and musical making. Now, this video is going to be discussing a brand new video that was uploaded over on the official Jamiroquai HQ Instagram account or their social media of JK, currently up in Snowdonia, East Wales, basically talking about what's happening with him. Apparently he's on a break, but what was so key about this video from JK of him riding a bike on the beach in North Wales, or Snowdonia, was that he it pretty much caught the casual Jamiroquai swath of the online Jamily unaware that JK was noting as of next week, which would be the last week of February 2024, that Jamiroquai is going back into the studio. Now, as I've talked about here on my channel and almost ad nauseum, Jamiroquai for the last 2.5 years, have been working on album 9, but this is not the first time that JK has acknowledged verbally in a video on his social media that Jamiroquai was working on their 9th album. I've talked multiply about the last 2 to 3 times that JK, at least in radio appearances and even in a release in 2021 on the Everybody's Going to the Moon Record Store Day 2021 vinyl release. On a back message on the back panel of that vinyl release, JK was acknowledging, at least for the first time, that Jamiroquai was working on album 9 currently. So they've been working on this album for a good while now, and I figured I'd record an episode of JamiroFan Talks About to talk about what JK talked about in his new video and where the 9th album currently stands. Now, I have discussed almost innuendingly where Jamiroquai's 9th album is, and based off these small little incidences of JK acknowledging or talking about, I mean, the last major update on Jamiroquai album 9 was, of course, at their last concert of their tour in 2023, and October 30th of 2023, when Jamiroquai made a major, nearly 20-year return back to touring down in Australia, or in Oz, down at the Adelaide at the Arvis Rock Music Festival. Well, at the end of that concert, JK had acknowledged verbally on the mic after the last song that Jamiroquai was going back into the studio for 4 months of recording. Now, that would place that 4 months of recording to now, February 2024. And this is not the first session, radio studio sessions that Jamiroquai had been doing for album 9. This would count, given that JK in this current video on Instagram talking about how he and the band are going back to the studio next week, this would count as the 3rd set of sessions. And I know for a fact that Jamiroquai will be doing several more sessions, probably throughout spring into summer 2024. I figured they were going to be wrapping up the recording, and this is the speculation side. This is not me reporting fact, but in speculation side, I expect Jamiroquai will probably be wrapping up the recording of album 9 sometime in the summer at the earliest. I cannot predict what the band members will be doing, or what JK will be doing, or what they will be doing. I am just basically operating on what I have heard. But I thought I'd record an episode of JamiroFan Talks About to flesh out that new video from JK, which was really awesome, to what I know on where the 9th album, how the 9th album's recording is going. But apparently the recording has been going swimmingly, and the recording of album 9, at least cumulatively, has been going on since probably 2022 up to the current year. So a good amount, and the key factor is recording. That's the key word, recording. As of before that time period, it was mostly in composition stage, and that would be JK, Matt, Paul, Shawla, Rob, all the band members getting together to write this 9th album. But it's really cool that they have been in a good extended amount of multiple sessions of recording for album 9. So I hope that clears the smoke on where album 9 currently lies right now for the 9th Jamiroquai album. I've seen a lot of queries, at least on our Jamiroquai, Art of the Jamily, and all my social media, people wondering where the heck the 9th Jamiroquai album is. And like I said, this new video has stirred up a lot of the casual Jamiroquai fans into questioning where the 9th album is, and they didn't even know that there was a 9th album, because, social media is a bit of a beast of burden, so a lot of people are not privy to watching my videos or checking social media constantly to know where the point of recording, where the point of status is for the 9th Jamiroquai album. So I thought I'd record this episode of JamiroFan Talks About to get you all up to speed where we are. But as I prefaced at the beginning of this episode of JamiroFan Talks About, if you'd like to check out this great new video from JK riding a bike on a beach up in North Wales and Snowdonia. That was uploaded on the official Jamiroquai HQ social media. I'll be sure to put a link to that video down in the description area of this episode of JamiroFan Talks About down below. Be sure to check that out. And I will also be passing on any more studio updates when I get them from the source. Like I said, speculation runs rampant when it comes to a new album, and a lot of people say a lot of things. I mean, the band members of Jamiroquai sometimes do say, oh, when they're asked, point blank on the social media when a new album's going to come out, sometimes they pick the wrong time. I'll give you a good example. Back during the Automaton era, at least in 2016, the lead up to the first promotion starting in late 2016 into 2017 for the album that would become Automaton, fan did ask Sola Kimbala, who is the percussionist of Jamiroquai on the social media, when the new Jamiroquai album would be coming out, and he said November of 2016. And, of course, that was off by at least 6 months because it ended up coming out in March of 2017. So things can change, lives can change, recording patterns can change. So I'm not privy to the current recording patterns of JK and the band. I'm only going off what I hear and can report, okay? So my speculation is still hoping, I'm still going to go, hopefully, that the first single could be coming out in late 2024, going into early 2025 at the earliest, or mixing could start in that period, because the mixing process of an album usually takes a little bit longer than the actual recording process. Now, I'm not saying the mixing process is going to take months and years, but like I said, there's a lot of variables at play, so anything can happen. But whenever the band can come out and give us an update, it's much appreciated, and I will hopefully endeavor to try to keep bringing you updates as we get closer to the time for we can be in exciting times for the nice Jamiroquai album sessions. But as always, this is JamiroFan 2000. I hope you enjoyed this episode of JamiroFan Talks About. If you like what you see, be sure to like and subscribe, and be sure to ding the bell on your YouTube to stay up to date on everything that's happening with on the JamiroFan 2000 YouTube channel. I appreciate you watching, and I appreciate you subscribing, and I appreciate you every time you leave some lovely comments on my videos on YouTube. But as always, this is JamiroFan 2000. I'll see you again really soon with more Jamiroquai related content here on the JamiroFan 2000 YouTube channel. Bye-bye, everybody, and take care.